Hey everybody, let's learn how to remove brackets, do a bracket delete from an intraoral scan so that you can 3D print it and make retainers before the debond appointment and have them ready to go. The first thing that you need to do is load your model in and then go to your select tool. And you're going to change some settings on the select tool to make it just a little bit easier in my mind. You're going to go ahead and in this box called expand mode, you're going to put crease angle. All that does is it helps define sharp corners. And then you're going to left click the mouse and then highlight the bracket and just a little bit beyond it. And of course you could change the size of that ball using the brush size roller. And then you're going to hit B on the keyboard, B as in boy, and that's going to smooth that circle out. Then what you're going to do is you're going to hit F on the keyboard. And what that's going to do is erase it and fill it. Okay, so we'll go through this a bunch of times so that you understand, but erase and fill is F. Okay, so we're going to just hit F on the keyboard. And what that does is it uses a pretty sophisticated algorithm to, it still keeps the curve of the tooth and everything like that. It's a pretty accurate bracket delete. Then you're going to hit escape to remove that orange area from the tooth, or you can just hit clear selection on the pop-up window that's there. But I find if you're doing a lot of these, keyboard shortcuts are really helpful. So there's the clear selection icon there, or escape to remove, and you can see now that surface there keeps the convexity of the tooth. So once again, you're going to select around the bracket, picking a little bit of material past the bond. Now, make sure that you do not have any voids. Then hit B for smooth border, and then F for erase and fill, and then escape. If you find that it's not perfect, like you still have a little bit of remnants, some bumps or anything like that, you could go to your sculpt tool right here and go to robust smooth and just smooth it. Super easy to do. Okay, so now we're back at select tool and we're highlighting around the bracket. Crease angle is selected. Okay, and then we're going to hit B to smooth border because that's a very jagged selection, and then we're going to hit F to erase and fill it, and then we're going to hit escape to clear it. Now, you do not have to do one tooth at a time. You could actually do all the teeth at the same time if you wanted to, or you could split it up into quadrants. Let me show you what doing multiple teeth looks like. It's actually really fast. So once again, you're going to hit select and just circle around the bracket. This is, by the way, I don't know if I've introduced you to the software. It's called Mesh Mixer. It's a free software by Autodesk that a lot of dentists are using for 3D printing and bracket deletes and actually a whole bunch of stuff. So what we're doing is we're just jumping from tooth to tooth to tooth, selecting the bracket. Now if you hit B, it'll smooth all those borders to have perfectly smooth surfaces, and then you're going to hit F to erase and fill. There you go. So once again, just to repeat this process, because I think that's the best way that I learn, is just keep doing a bunch and a bunch of things. And there's probably easier ways to do this, but this is just the way that I do things. So circling each individual bracket. In real time, it takes under a minute for me to do the entire model. And I don't know how picky you guys are about having a perfect surface, and the algorithms of the erase and fill can be modified. You could make them more convex or concave. I'm not going to necessarily get into that today. I just want you guys to start to play around with this software. Make sure there's no little voids like that little white spot right there and right there. You have to have a solid orange fill for this to work. Should you accidentally select an area that you don't want, it's easy to fix. Let me accidentally select something up here. Yeah, so let's say you accidentally selected that. You just hold Command down on a Mac or Control on a PC and then select the brush and then rub that area and it will get rid of that. All right, so once again, B to smooth border and then F to erase and fill and then escape to remove that. And there you go. Now you could also, like I said, finalize any rough areas with the Robust Smooth tool. Play around with the size. You don't want it too big because you don't want to unnecessarily distort to structure beyond the bracket area. And there you go. That was a quick bracket delete. Like I said, in reality, it takes just a minute to do the whole arch, and then you could then 3D print and do a positive pressure suck down for a retainer. I don't know if you'll use this, but I hope it helps. Thanks, guys.